Because I have vowed never on
Never to
earth
marry a pastor.
will I marry a pastor.
Oh, here she is now, enjoying me as a pastor. God thank you.
Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Today we'll be interviewing our pastors on questions regarding relationships and marriage.
Have you forgotten? On the 21st of this month, going to be 18 years in this beautiful
Absolutely correct.
marriage.
Yeah.
Tell the story now.
Well, one of my relatives, a very lovely cousin sister of mine, recommended my wife because they worship in the same church, Assemblies of God Church. So she said, there's this beautiful girl I saw in my church,
Oh.
and I'd like you to come meet with her. She's going to make a good wife for you. And that's how we met in my cousin sister's house for the first time.
The cousin sister was like, hey, I love you. I want you to be a wife to my cousin brother. Actually, when she said it, I was like, what is his occupation? Say he's a pastor. I said, that means it will not work.
Yeah.
This is a pastor because I have vowed never
to marry a pastor.
Will I marry a pastor?
Oh, here she is now, enjoying me as a pastor. God thank you. Maybe I did.
She's supposed to be the first to say I love you. How will I start on it when I don't even want to marry a pastor?
I think I'm the one that did it first.
Yes, I was saying.
That's how we used to talk a lot. Midnight calls. So I think one of those days when we wanted to call off, I said I love you, something like that. Yes.
Yes. To make me decide. Because God had to speak to my heart. There's something God told me. And I have peace. I decided to succumb. Let me use that word. I said, okay. God was like, if everybody is running away from my work, who will do the work? I say, hey, who am I? Little me. Now God is telling me who will do my work. I better answer the call. When He calls me, I will answer.
Well, for me, I saw her as somebody God has given to me as a gift. That was what I even told the parents the first time that my father-in-law asked me, what convinced you that my daughter is going to be your wife? I said, Daddy, I'm looking at your daughter as a gift God has given to me. He said, no. God has not given you any gift yet. I laughed. I said, okay, that's where I see inside my heart, I had that conviction that that's what God has given to me. She's very easy going.
Wow.
She loves me. She will do anything for me. That's it. And she loves God. Paramountly, she loves God. And because of her love for God, she's willing to go any length with me in good and bad times.
He cares. Even before we married, I told you, if you really still remember,
Yes.
I said, I want a husband that will care and tolerate me the way I am. He said, I am willing. I will care for you. I said, hey, me, I was not hiding my feelings. I said, it's not just to say it, he did. In fact, he deserves a peck. He really cares.
Those are her words, actually. She told me, no, it's not to talk, it's to do it that is the most important thing. There's hardly anybody that loves people that will not give. Even the Bible tells us in John 3:16, say, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. It was in the giving that practicalized the love. So in relationships, young people should also think about giving. Even till tomorrow, I think of things I will give my wife. Maybe during her birthday, she does too to me and stuff like that. So there's this exchange of gifts and all that. So you can't do without giving in relationships. But it's not the paramount thing, that's the thing. Because no gifts can blind the eye.
There are some girls, all they want is just to be receiving. At the end of the day, that relationship is not going to result into marriage or something better. They don't want to just be receiving. At the end, after receiving, they will just quit the relationship. So the men are being so sensitive. Let me not spend my time, spend my money, buy this, do this. At the end of the day, she will leave this relationship and go to another place.
Yeah.
But it's good you give. Yes, it's good you give. You can't say you love, you don't give. How? It's good, it's important to give. If God is involved in your marriage, it will be a happy home. There's a song that we used to sing in those days. When Jesus is in the family, it's a happy home. And when Satan is in the family, it's a troubled home. So when Jesus is in your family, honestly, it will be a happy home. Then another one is love. The Bible says that love covereth a multitude of sin. So when love is there, it will cover a lot. Then one thing I know about marriage is it's an institution of two forgivers. You must be ready to forgive yourselves. Nobody is perfect. People from the same womb, they offend themselves. For them to live happily, they must forgive themselves.
There are a lot of things that can actually make for a good marriage. She has mentioned some of them. Another thing is that two of them must be ready to tolerate one another. If you're not ready to tolerate, in fact, one of our pastors those days said, those men that used to say, I'm not ready to take any nonsense or rubbish, that you're not ready for marriage yet. That if you're ready for marriage, you should be ready to not only eat and chew the nonsense, you will use water and swallow it. That's it. There'll be times that there may be misunderstandings and stuff like that, and then you'll be able to tolerate. Another thing is that every person involved in the marriage should be able to take responsibility.
Exactly.
There's a responsibility for the man and that of the woman. And again, as she mentioned love, the husband should be willing to love the wife not unconditionally. You see a lot of women, you see a lot of girls and stuff like that, but the love you have for your wife should be able to supersede every other person you have love for in terms of marriage and all that. And then we talk about the issue of wife submitting to the husband, as the Bible said. In fact, it's a mutual thing. As you respect, husband respects the wife also respect the husband. If your wife is not happy, the home is going to be a miserable one for you. I used to tell my wife most times, whenever she's pissed off for one thing or the other, I say, please, my wife, I beg you in the name of God. If you frown your face, if you lock up your face, then things will lock up for me. You want me to suffer. That's just the truth.
I'm important.
Because the Bible says that he that finds a good wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. So if the favor the channel that comes with favor is locked up, trouble has come. My wife, oh yeah, answer it.
In marriage, conflict is inevitable. If there is misunderstanding, it should be discussed. It's very important. There should be communication. Call your husband or call your wife. This is, in fact, this I did not agree with you. You reason it out. Only two of you. You don't even need a third party to come in. You reason it out. You air your view. And when you are having your view, don't insist that your opinion must be taken.
Must be the one that will be.
Yeah.
Involve God from the beginning.
Exactly. God.
If
first.
you don't involve God, everything you are doing might crash one of these days. Exactly. Number two is that you must understand the essence of marital relationship. It's not all about some of the things that we see on home videos and all that, but it's deeper than that. There was something God had in mind before he started making a man and a woman, man and a wife, you understand? So people who are going to that should have in mind, they shouldn't have this fantasy of, okay, now both of us are here, let's start practicing what those who are married are practicing, let's go into sex and all that, and then it spoils the whole thing at the end of the day. If you make up your mind that this is a home we're about to build, then it will also inform your mind the way you behave. And then they should also create boundaries so that they'll be able to pursue the primary thing that is important in relationship. Set boundaries for yourself. This area, we're not going to do this or that or that. Our people say that if you have a package that belongs to you, you don't need to start, pinching it. You don't need to start pinching. Since you know that this thing is your own property, you don't need to start pinching it, all right? So, and another thing is that open your two eyes. If a man is going to marry or get into a relationship, open your two eyes. Gone are those days they say love is blind. I don't believe in that. There's something that my mother told me when I was about to marry. He said, Ketchuku, you are a public figure. I don't forget that. Say, don't go to marry somebody that when your mates stand with their wives tomorrow, you will be ashamed to stand with her. I said, I'm going to marry somebody that I can be proud of anytime, any day.
Look for a man that loves you. And look for a man that you want to build a home with. Some people, what is still keeping them, they want already made home. They want already made home. Some girls will tell you, we are not ready to suffer. I'm not ready to do this. You can marry a man that you build, that has a future, that has plans for his life.
As long as he has a future.
As long as he has a future, you can build a home together. I know how we started, but glory be to God, the level. We've not reached where we are going.
The story has changed.
Yes, but the story is not the same.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, and then hit the notification bell. Comment, like, and share. And God bless.
Amen. Bless you.